Jermaine is definitely jealous of him. I mean, it's very blatant that he's very jealous of Michael, or anybody that succeeds in that matter in the family.
That's ridiculous. Who has not had success in my family? We were the Jackson 5. Every song Michael sung on, I sung on. We helped build what's going on right now.
I'm sorry, Robin. I know, because I keep saying the same thing. I couldn't believe, it's still to this day, it's still so difficult for me to believe. It's, you have to accept what it is.
Janet Jackson has finally reached her breaking point when it comes to the ongoing drama surrounding her family. According to recent claims, tensions have been building for quite some time. First, she was criticized for not taking on what some relatives believed should have been the family's financial burden after Michael Jackson's passing. Then she faced backlash for choosing not to appear in the new movie about Michael's life. Now, some are even suggesting that she's jealous of the film's success. Naturally, fans are left wondering what is really going on behind the scenes. What many people do know is that Janet has never been someone to stay silent when she feels she's being treated unfairly. Reports suggest she has no intention of letting anyone disrespect her or rewrite history, especially when it comes to Michael's legacy. Many fans believe she refuses to support a project she feels does not accurately represent his life. One detail that immediately caught viewers' attention was Janet's complete absence from the movie. She wasn't featured in any meaningful way, not even with a brief mention. For longtime fans, that omission felt impossible to ignore. After all, Michael and Janet shared one of the closest relationships in the Jackson family. Despite their 8-year age gap, the youngest Jackson sibling and the king of pop had an unbreakable bond. Throughout their lives, there were no public feuds or private controversies between them. Their love, loyalty, and mutual admiration remained constant, making Janet's absence from the film all the more surprising.
Look at her. She's like me, she loves the camera. That's Janet and myself. Yeah, well, the whole family calls her Dunk, which is short for donkey. We've always called her that since she was a little girl.
But by the time production on the movie was underway, the reported tension between Janet Jackson and some members of her family had become impossible to ignore. According to various claims, the disagreements had grown so serious that Janet ultimately declined to appear in the film. The official explanation was that she is reportedly working on her own biopic, making an appearance in the Michael Jackson movie a potential conflict. Even so, many fans assumed the family would eventually put their differences aside. After all, family is family, or so people thought. Those expectations quickly faded when Janet was noticeably absent from the movie's premiere. She never publicly promoted the project or encouraged fans to watch it. In fact, sources close to her have claimed that she strongly disliked the finished film. Before its public release, the entire Jackson family reportedly attended a private screening together, and Janet was present. However, insiders allege that she left the screening visibly upset. Reports even suggest that she and Jermaine Jackson got into a heated argument afterward because Janet was unhappy with how Michael's story had been portrayed. Jermaine, on the other hand, reportedly stood firmly behind the project. With his son, Jaffer Jackson, portraying Michael in the film, he was understandably proud of the production and defended it passionately. Most of the Jackson family, including Katherine Jackson, also expressed their support for the movie. They praised the final result and believed audiences would embrace it. As the film gained significant attention and strong public interest, it became clear that their confidence in its commercial success was well placed.
Proudest father on the planet. I bring these names up because Jafar's performance, I thought I was looking at my brother, Michael. And I guess I feel like my father did. Very proud when we did the victory tour, like James Jordan with Michael Jordan, with Dale Curry, with Steph Curry. Jafar, you were unbelievable. And thank you. Thank you for continuing the legacy of the family and Michael. You did an unbelievable job. I love you.
I love you too.
Unbelievable.
Give it up.
The film has become the second highest grossing biopic of all time and audiences have embraced it with overwhelming enthusiasm. Many fans have described it as a heartfelt celebration of Michael Jackson's life, legacy, and extraordinary career. One of the biggest talking points has been Jaffer Jackson's performance, with countless viewers saying they had to look twice because of how remarkably he resembles Michael. As the movie continues to receive widespread praise, reports claim that some members of the Jackson family believe Janet Jackson's negative reaction is driven by long-standing jealousy of Michael's success. According to these claims, they argue that Michael has always been viewed as the family's biggest star, leaving Janet in second place despite her own impressive career. They also suggest that, with her own biopic reportedly on the way, Janet may feel overshadowed once again by the attention surrounding Michael's story. While these allegations have fueled online discussion, they remain part of ongoing speculation rather than confirmed fact.
Did you miss not having Janet in the movie?
I wish everybody was in the movie.
Yeah.
So,
Did you try to convince her and say, let's do it?
well, she was asked and she kindly declined, so you have to respect her wishes.
This isn't the first time Janet Jackson has reportedly distanced herself from parts of her family, but she also doesn't appear willing to let them portray her as the villain in the ongoing debate. According to claims surrounding the situation, Janet believes the movie fails to present an honest picture of Michael Jackson's life. Critics of the film argue that it glosses over the complicated family dynamics, even though many of the same relatives featured in the story continue to benefit from projects connected to Michael's name and legacy. As Michael's solo career took off with the release of Off the Wall and later Thriller, it became increasingly clear that his success had reached a level unmatched by anyone else in the Jackson family. His extraordinary talent and global popularity made him a superstar in his own right, but not everyone was reportedly comfortable with that reality. According to long-standing accounts, some of Michael's brothers, particularly Jermaine, struggled with the growing gap between Michael's career and their own. Since they had all started together as part of the Jackson Family Act, they reportedly believed they deserved the same level of fame, recognition, and success. As those expectations faded, resentment allegedly began to grow, and some family members were unhappy with the idea of becoming supporting players in Michael's story. Despite these tensions, the family reportedly resisted Michael's desire for greater independence. Janet has claimed that their father and several of Michael's brothers wanted him to remain committed to the group because his presence was essential to its continued success and financial stability. Although Katherine Jackson generally supported Michael's ambitions, she also encouraged him to consider the family's interests before fully embracing his solo career.
They want to forget, but the Jackson 5 is what gave Michael and Janet the platform to do what they did. And the Jackson 5, to this day, there's no other act in the history of the business that was unknown and came out with 4 #1 records in a row, knocked the Beatles out of the #1 spot twice, and never had a Grammy.
If Michael Jackson hadn't stood his ground and fought for his independence, many fans believe the world might never have witnessed him become the global superstar he eventually was. Building a solo career required him to make difficult decisions, and those choices reportedly created an even deeper divide within the Jackson family. According to various accounts, some relatives expected Michael's enormous success to benefit the entire family financially. As his fame and fortune grew, they allegedly assumed he would continue supporting everyone around him. After Michael's passing, similar expectations were reportedly placed on Janet Jackson, who had become one of the family's biggest stars in her own right. However, Janet is said to have made it clear that she would not take on that role. Reports claim she refused to become the family's next financial safety net, especially after witnessing what she believed was the unfair treatment Michael endured throughout his life. Whenever Michael attempted to establish healthy boundaries, critics have claimed that some family members responded by reminding him that he owed his success to the group and should continue looking after them. Those expectations reportedly weighed heavily on him for years. By the time the Victory Tour began, Michael openly acknowledged that he was participating largely out of a sense of family obligation. Throughout the tour, he appeared to grow increasingly distant. Then came the moment that shocked everyone. During a live performance, Michael announced it would be the last time the brothers performed together. His family had no advance warning, leaving them scrambling to adjust plans and reportedly cancel future endorsements and proposed tour dates in Europe and Australia.
Listen up. I'd like to say this is our last and final tour. And I think this is our farewell tour. Y'all been wonderful. It's been a long 20 years.
According to long-standing
all.
reports, the Jackson family's relationships were never quite the same after that period. Jermaine Jackson drew criticism for referencing Michael's vitiligo in his diss track Word to the Bad. Meanwhile, La Toya Jackson became the subject of controversy after she was photographed with Victor Gutierrez, a writer known for making allegations about Michael. La Toya also publicly accused Michael of child abuse during the 1990s.
I must tell you that this is very difficult for me, that Michael is my brother. I love him a great deal, but I cannot and I will not be a silent collaborator of his crimes against small, innocent children. And if I remain silent, then that means that I feel the guilt and the humiliation that these children are feeling, and I think it's very wrong. I have seen checks payable to the parents of these children. And I don't know if these children were apparently brought to the parents by Michael or not, but I have seen these checks, and I've seen these checks through my mother. She showed me these checks that Michael had written to these children, and it's for a great amount. And I'm not speaking pennies. The sums are very, very large amount. And this is my first time talking about it, and I never want to speak about it. I never want to say anything about it. But I think it's sad because I am a victim myself, and I know what it feels like. And these kids are going to be scarred for the rest of their life, and I don't want to see any more innocent small children being affected this way. I love Michael very dearly, but I feel even more sorry for these children because they don't have a life anymore.
These are the same family members who now claim that Janet Jackson has always been jealous of Michael. However, after Michael's passing, his estate plan told a different story. He left the bulk of his estate to his children, his mother, Katherine Jackson, and several charitable organizations, rather than distributing it equally among his siblings. Reports indicate that some of Michael's brothers and sisters, with the exception of Janet, have indirectly benefited from funds provided to Katherine through the estate. As Katherine grows older, those arrangements are expected to change, with her share ultimately reverting to Michael's children. Critics argue that this financial reality explains why some family members have strongly supported projects centered on Michael's legacy. According to this view, successful films and future productions could generate
panders
significant
to a
revenue
very
that would
specific
ultimately
section of my
benefit
dad's
the
fandom
family through Katherine's
that still
estate,
lives in the fantasy.
adding another layer to
And they're
the
gonna be happy
ongoing
with that.
controversy.
The thing about these biopics is it's Hollywood, so it's fantasy land. It's not real, but it's sold to you as real, and a lot of sugar-coated, like the narrative is being controlled, and there's a lot of inaccuracy, and there's a lot of just full-blown lies.
According to reports, Janet Jackson wants no part in what she believes has become a commercial effort built around Michael Jackson's legacy. Sources claim she has no interest in supporting a project that, in her view, fails to capture much of what her brother truly experienced throughout his life. That stance has reportedly created even more tension within the family, but those close to Janet say she has no intention of changing her mind. Unlike many of her siblings, Janet built an extraordinary career on her own. While Michael's influence on music is undeniable, Janet established herself as a global superstar in her own right, giving her little reason to rely on his name, reputation, or estate. Supporters argue that her position isn't about jealousy, but about protecting the legacy of someone she loved deeply. Even viewers who enjoyed the movie acknowledge that Janet's concerns have sparked an important conversation. One of the biggest challenges with biopics is that audiences often assume everything portrayed on screen is historically accurate, even when creative liberties are taken. Critics of the project have suggested that financial motivations played a role in bringing Michael's story back to the big screen, while others see it as a celebration of his life and career. What do you think? Was the film a heartfelt tribute, or was it primarily a commercial project? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more celebrity news and discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.